Hello and welcome to your morning practice. My name is Keegan, the Balanced Nomad, and today I'm going to be taking you through this gentle flow to help you start your day with some mindful movement and intention. We're going to get right into it, finding child pose to start. Optional to find extended child's pose or child pose with knees together, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to move through extended child's pose here and walking my hands forward, dropping head to the mat. And starting to tune into breath here. Observing the inhales and the exhales. And asking ourselves what our intention for the day is. Not a to-do list, just how we want to feel. This can just be a one-word intention that you can keep coming back to throughout your practice. My word of the day is peaceful. And from child's pose coming to Cobra, we're gonna flow back and forth between these two asanas. So finding a back bend in Cobra and just pushing back into child's pose. Really syncing breath with our movement here. And remembering our intention as we move here. How can you embody your intention on the mat and off of the mat today? And last one in Cobra. Just meeting in tabletop. Straightening through that left leg, tucking the toes, just moving back and forth. Maybe finding some ankle rolls. Might be some cracking or popping. As long as there's no pain, is totally fine. And we can lift the left toes off of the mat and just tuck them behind the right and bringing our gaze over to the left toes. And lifting those toes, just coming back to tabletop. Lifting those right toes, tucking them. Once again, just moving back and forth from here. Maybe finding some circles, rolling out the ankle. And lifting those right toes, tucking them behind the left foot, bringing gaze to the right toes. Coming back to tabletop, and from tabletop moving into our lizard posture, bringing right foot forward to the outside of the hands. You can stay here, or if it's appropriate, coming down to elbows, but not pushing ourselves. Still early. Body tends to be quite tight when we just wake up in the morning. So don't force anything here. Just really let yourself be Give yourself some grace this morning. And bringing that right foot back, crossing it in front of the left, coming into Gomukhasana, our cow face pose. Finding seated posture with knees aligned on top of each other. If this is just way too intense for your hips, feel free to just find a seated cross-leg position with the right shin in front. If not, just in our cow face pose. Taking 2 breaths, just seated here. And we can inhale, arms up, just finding a forward fold from here. Super normal to not go super far in this fold, as this is quite an intense hip opener. So just find where you're supposed to be today, not forcing anything. And walking ourselves back up with the hands. Grabbing that right foot and planting it beside the right knee, we're going to inhale that left arm up, hooking it to the top of the knee and finding a twist from here. You can also find a twist just from your seated cross-leg position if that feels best for you. And just releasing out of this posture. You can just find a windshield wiper motion with the legs to release that right hip. Might have some cracking or popping. Again, as long as there's no pain, it's completely normal. And from here, just coming back to tabletop, using this to transition to our lizard on the opposite side, bringing left foot to the outside of the hands. Can stay up on the palms here, or optional to come down to the elbows, but it's really not necessary. Remembering your intention. Remembering that how you act on the mat is transferable with how you act off of the mat. And bending in to that left leg, bringing it in front of the right, finding Gomukhasana on the opposite side. Also optional to just come into a seated position, this time with the left shin in front. Just finding 2 breaths, just seated here. And inhaling, arms overhead. Exhaling, finding a forward fold. Might not go too deep, no worries. This is quite an intense one. And just walking ourselves up with the hands. Planting that left foot into the mat, finding our twist, inhaling through the right arm, hooking it to the left knee, and looking over the left shoulder. Also optional to find a twist from your seated cross-leg position. And releasing out of this pose. Once again, just finding those windshield wiper motions. And straightening into the legs here, finding our seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana, moving any extra flesh out of the way just so sit bones are nice and grounded. We're gonna inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward, really emphasizing this fold from the hips, grabbing onto whatever is available, maybe shins, ankles, big toes, bottom of the feet, top of the feet, really tons of options here. So just find what feels comfortable and dropping the head. Finding 5 deep breaths in this posture. And seeing if it's possible to move deeper into the pose on your exhales. And walking ourselves up with the hands. Just coming to seated in the center of our mat. We're gonna find some side bends here to close out practice. Feel free to choose a different posture to close if that feels best for you. If not, you can join me in the side bends, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, bringing left palm or elbow to the mat. Right arm is overhead, gaze is up to the sky, chest is nice and lifted. Inhaling yourself up. Exhaling to the right side, coming to palm or elbow, chest is lifted, gaze is skywards. Coming up to center. One last deep inhale. Hands come to prayer, bringing them to forehead. Once again, committing to your intention here. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling with a sigh. Bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Let me know what your intention was in the comments below, and let me know if you enjoyed this practice and would like to see more gentle morning yoga classes. I already have a bunch on my channel, so be sure to check them out. And thank you so much for being here with me this morning. I hope you have an incredible day. Thank you.